Samuel, come here, please.
Thanks for coming in today, Sam. Unfortunately, you haven't been making as many sales, and unfortunately, I've been told I'm going to have to let you go, mate.
Please let me stay. I have nothing. I don't have anything else to do. This is the only thing I have that is just keeping me stable.
Unfortunately, Samuel, nothing I can do. Um, yeah, I'm going to need your desk cleared out by the end of the afternoon. Sorry, mate.
So where is he?
Well, boss, he seems to be migrating to different places all the time. None of them offshore. So we're just gonna have to kind of wait until we get a good idea of his trail and then get the job done. Though I must say, we are putting a lot more supplies into this than we might need.
Tommy. You see, that's where me and you differ. It's not all about the money. It's about the process of keeping and producing it long term.
What do you mean?
Okay. Let's imagine this scenario with your method of dealing with it implemented. The rat takes our money, okay? And then we say, oh, well, that was pretty shit, but what can we do about it? We move on with our life and then, whatever. Then this little rat, he goes over to his little rat friends and he says, I just took that money. I'm still alive. And then the little rat bastards all say, it must be that easy. See the problem?
See, that's the point and a half, boss. But we did a background check on this rat. Straight junkie with an alcoholic father who he hasn't had contact with since the dinosaurs were still walking. No records of siblings or a mother because she was probably taken from him in one of his father's drunk rages.
That doesn't mean he's incapable of making friends, Tommy Boy.
What kind of friend can take down a decade in the making empire just sitting on? Don't waste our bread and butter on this piece of shit.
You underestimate those who lie at rock bottom, Tommy. For I have direct knowledge of one of those prevailing. One of them being myself. Now, when I was nothing more than a young boy, my mama gave me a small loan of about $500. She said, this is the most money I can give you, baby. So use it wisely. And I did. I went and got a job with some bushy barber shop. And one day, old man James came in.
The old mafia boss.
That's right. He asked for a quick shave. My manager, God bless her high, comes up to me and she says, be careful, boy. It's that mafia boss everybody's scared to death of. You count your wishes on this one. So I took that advice and she gave me. And I gave that man the best shave I ever gave anyone in my entire life. After it was done, he got up from his chair. He looked at himself and he said, God, tell him, boy, how would you like to come down and work for me and all of my partners down at my old mansion downstairs? Well, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna turn down that offer any soon, am I? And so I took the offer, and pretty soon I just started shaving him every day, and I got pretty good at it. Yeah. And I remember he had something called technical. Technical, that's it. It was downstairs, and they would monitor all of the debt payers we had. Well, so they every day I would be in James's office right here, this very room, and I would hear every single phone call that man made to technical, every single one, and I remember honestly hearing what some of these debt payers were doing. Oh my God! Like, I always thought to myself, got a death wish for you, you're gonna die. But I never did. Old man James always said, let him off with a warning. Let him off with a warning? That's not gonna do anything. There's no respect in that. Let him off with a warning. It became clear to me, very clear to me, very quickly, that old man James had become too sympathetic for the line of work that he was in. So, one day, he made the last phone call and let off the last debt payer ever. Because on that day, when he let off some fucking chick with gray hair or some shit, proper 60-year-old woman, he said let her off. He gave the last sympathy he gave to any debt owner. And I took the little knife and I shaved him with, and I killed him. I killed old man James, Tommy. And you know what I didn't do? I watched that man's bleeding innocent spray all over this very table. Old man James, it became a liability. You know, Tommy, old man James was like a father to me. He really was. But you gotta get rid of people that stop you from progressing in life. That's what I've learned. Not many years of being the head of this business. So, Tommy, I think we've discussed what's the last thing we need to do here. I want you to go down to technical, find the rat, and I want you to kill him.
Will do, boss. May I come in?
Yeah, sure.
Nice place.
A little type of sarcasm.
Fair point. Okay, I came here to tell you some useful information.
What is that?
What are your plans for dealing with this issue?
Why do you care?
Do you want my help? Henry's the man you're dealing with, and that's never a good thing. He doesn't care for wealth, fortune, or money. He only craves respect.
I was terrified of the bastard. Was that not respectful enough?
I thought so, but he's let something get to his head. What? I don't know, but he wants to have control of you. See, we have the technology available to help you find these rats and put you on the job finding. Problem is, that's boring.
So he puts me in his game of cat and mouse. Great.
There is something you can do.
What?
Be boring. Still go after the dead owners and trade up with them. Just don't pull any unique punches. That way, Henry puts it off and loses interest in you.
I could do that, but will the debt owners be out of harm's way?
I can't guarantee anything. He's a sporadic guy, I can't guarantee that. But it's your best choice.
Who even are you people?
That's a long story.
Longer than the deadline I've been given?
About a decade ago, we were under control of a guy we like to call Old Man James. I was just the boss over at the time. And Henry had come in from a shaving shop because he'd been hired to do his skills with a knife, an important detail that comes into the story, I might add. After he was hired, nobody really had any opinions on him. He was what we like to call a low boy. Somebody who was too low down in the business for you to really form an opinion on, because you never really talked to him. The only thing we knew about Henry was that he made the most contact with the boss, Old Man James. Aside from the higher-ups, none of us lowers were in the master dining room as much as Henry. We didn't know why, but we didn't really care. One day the boss had some sort of seizure, and the higher-ups had been busted in Miami or somewhere. We were the only bastards there at the time, and of course, the closest thing to a higher-up we had was Henry. We asked for orders, he told us to leave. Could not question that, you're done for, so off we go. About an hour goes by, he comes out and he says, we need to take Old Man James to a hospital. James spends about half a year in Leicester Infirmary. Henry visits him the most in those 6 months, and around 3 months later, after he was released, Old Man James is found dead in the master dining room. Throat slit, but been killed over for a few hours. Do you know what he said to me yesterday? Old man James was like a father to me. The most dangerous men are not the ones with the immense power or wealth like Epstein. They're the closest thing. The most dangerous ones are the ones like Henry. They have equal amounts of power, but no one to care for but themselves. That way, he can't do what he does. Threatening to kill a family member or partner, Henry has no people. That man couldn't even find it in him to struggle with the razor. He used to kill James, the closest thing to a father he ever had. He sure as hell's not going to find anything that dark and blissful hard to keep down that feud.
What's the takeaway point?
You must speak for yourself. It's a poor business decision. Maybe he'll decide to let you live. There's nothing special about this that's making me do it. It's just I've seen enough people die like this. Make the right decision. I'll help you as best as I can, but that's only as best as I can. Have a glass, boss. This should help ease the pain of running this business.
I don't drink, boss.
One glass can't hurt you too much. You know, boss, I never asked, why don't you drink?
My mama's asshole boy toy drank himself to sleep every night without fail. And yeah, I guess some fucking PTSD came with that. The amount of times he'd come home, wasted off his tits, ready to hit my mama, I couldn't count that with a calculator.
Jesus. Did she make it out okay in the end?
She did. She did. I found some, like, pain medication that we had. I think her mom took it. We kept it for safekeeping. And when he wasn't looking, sprinkled some of that in his Jackie Daniels. I mean, he was too pissed off his fucking tits to know that. Yeah, he didn't last much longer after that, did he? I just hoped it wasn't obvious when he took the Jackie Daniels that all the ground up white medication was in it. Just like how it's obvious you tried to get me drunk to get you away with the dead owners. Just like how it's fucking obvious you tried to get me drunk using that alcohol to make me change my mind. I'm fed up with you ignoring your business, Tommy. Now, you're going to go down the technical and you're going to kill the fucking rat. Is that understood?
Yes, boss.
I came to talk about the certain complaint I was given that came directly from you, James. I just want to say, without sounding rude, surely my decisions were in the right, old man James. We shouldn't let people disrespect us like that guy did. And therefore, I expect some kind congratulations. This is what you told me to do, and I refused profusely. I didn't want to hurt the kid. He seemed like an alright guy, and yet I went ahead and followed orders like you told me.
Oh, spare me your cowardice, Henry. You deserve your own respect for taking on this role. You seemed to have enough of it when we initiated me faking my death for you to be in charge. Are you not the man you always bragged to be? The low boy who killed old man James. You had the spine to kill me then, and yet you have no courage to admit you need to do what you need to do. You're still the same scared kid who did my hair 5 years ago.
I would like to add that those 5 years that you just mentioned were our most successful in the past, 3.5 decades? This organization has existed. You really going to sit here hooked up to this Darth Vader-looking life support and make these bullshit claims?
Do not swear at me, boy. I remind you that babyface downstairs has made some pretty good calls recently that have saved us a lot of funding. Meanwhile, you are parading around my £35 million mansion that would be worth even more from where you're from, if Liz Truss didn't have the brain of a monkey. You, Henry, need to sort yourself out if you expect to sort any of our current problems out. I tell you that now.
But what about the rat? He was dangerous.
The baby face who looked at our money? Real threat, that one. Do you need a toolbox to help get your head screwed back on? I'm fed up with what you've been doing whilst in charge. I ask that you realise the man-child that you are.
With all due respect, boss.
No, I don't want to hear it. It's the same thing with you, Henry. The man with the fidgeting toy, the girl with the highlights, the boy with the walking problem. All lost souls due to your insecurity.
What is your point, James? Most of the people we get are homeless, and they all do the same thing. They all get drugs from God knows who, and that who person has got it from God knows where. I have been doing the same thing we've been doing for years.
Sounds a lot like you around the age of 4 or 5, Henry. Ah, that's what's going on. You don't hate random druggies off the streets of the UK. You hate the past version of yourself, so you kill the most similar things you can find to make yourself feel better. Not so quick to answer that time. Well, I've had it with your poor decision-making, Henry. Somebody could plan out and succeed with the most well-thought-out heist known to man, and it still wouldn't have cost us as much as your actions have in these past few months. I only ask that you change up your idea of what to do with this problem. If you can't muster up the strength to answer that question, maybe I should find someone else to take your position. Like your assistant down there.
I'll sort this out by the end of the week, James, and I will promise you I'll do it by the end of the week.
We shall see.